it is a full guide on everything that you need to know. If there is anything that I do miss out, then please do pop it down in the comments below. And yeah, we're gonna have some more videos coming out very soon, including build guides for Freyna and the Fallen Hope, and we're gonna have a lot more over the next couple of weeks. Obviously, you've got a lot of buffs coming for characters. I've literally just got Ultimate Lepic, so we're going to be getting that one in the burner soon. He's literally now crafting at the moment. He should be finished tomorrow. Yeah, and we've got a lot more coming future-wise. I've literally only got one more Descendant to get, which is Eugen. Everybody else I've got on the game, other than, obviously, the Ultimates. The only one that I've got Ultimate-wise is Lepic. But, I've got nearly all of the guns. I think I've got 3 more guns to get. So if there's any guns or any characters that you want me to do a build guide on specifically for you because you're struggling with yours, then please let me know down in the comments. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Right, so the first place that you're going to be able to come to is this guy here, Seneca. He is your boss guide for your normal bosses and your hard mode bosses. Obviously I've done them all, and obviously I've done them all multiple times now, but this is where you'll come. You don't have to do it from this screen. It's entirely up to yourself. You can either do it that way, or if you're somewhere else you can't be bothered to run or walk to where he is, you literally just have to press G, and down the bottom hand corner here you'll see hard bosses and you'll see the normal bosses tab, and you can literally just go into it from there. And I believe you can actually do it from anywhere in the entire game as well. It's not just in Albion that you can actually do it. So hopefully that bit helps you out as well, if you didn't know where he was. Right, on the left hand side over here, prime hands, this is where you will get your upgrades for your mastery rank up. Now you make sure you need to be doing this. It is very important. It does increase module capacities and slots, weapon capacity and slots, equipment slots, storage slots in general. It is massive for you to do this, because all of them increases means you're able to put more mods onto your characters and guns, etc. So make sure you're doing this. The way that you rank up this quicker is literally by leveling up guns to level 40 as quickly as possible. So once you've got all of them, don't just do the ones that you're happy with and that you want to run. Do as many as you possibly can do, because the more that you get, the more XP that you get for your mastery rank up. It's always good to know that. Now, next couple of places on the Albion map, you have your mailbox here, which is where you'll find all of your lost and found stuff. So anything that you've been able to pick up inside of the game when you've been playing on the open world, it'll all end up here. Now, please don't take a look at what mine is. I've got all of this stuff and I've got to get rid of it. Just bear in mind, if you have hit the 100 cap, and you don't have any space, anything that you don't pick up or you're unable to pick up because you're full out in the open world will not go in here, and you will lose out on it. So the potential there to lose mods and guns that you were unable to get previously, or that you haven't got, it could get frustrating for you if you come up against that. So please make sure, unlike myself, that you try and keep this as free as possible. Right, the next person that is available is Sienna in Albion. Now, she's over and in the far left-hand corner. Now, this is where you'll be able to go and you'll be able to test everything that you want in the laboratory. So you can test your guns, you can test your character skills and all of that sort of stuff. Just rather than watching videos and stuff, if you want to test things out for yourself to see where you're currently at with regards to your builds, all you've literally just got to do is come up to this, press on the laboratory settings, put your characters up to 100, or whatever level that you're currently running. Spawn the Vulgus. I'm only doing 1. And then you can just shoot them. Now you can also set it so they don't actually die. They just stand there and just take the damage, so you can see the damage numbers. But that's entirely up to yourself. And that's her in the game and where she is. Right, okay, so now it starts to get into the important stuff, the really important stuff. So this is going to be your workbench. Now, workbench is located on the far left-hand side, right here. Now, this is where you upgrade a lot of different things. Now, weapon level transmission, I have done a shorts video on this if you want something more simple to understand. But basically, if you've got any weapon that you've just crafted, for example, like an ultimate weapon, and it's level 1, or alternatively you are, I don't know, halfway through the game and you've got a level 30 weapon, but you've also got a level 60 weapon, and you'd rather have the level 60 power, what you do is you come into here, you click on the gun that you want to upgrade. So say, for example, your level 1 or your level 40 gun. You would click on that, and then you would level it up by literally clicking on the one that is the higher level. So, for example, your level 100 or your level 60, wherever you are in the game, and it will take up whatever level your gun that you're trying to do up to the highest level, and it increases DPS on all of its stats as well alongside it. It doesn't matter what stats you've got on the other build. The only thing that matters is what level the actual gun is that you're trying to level up. So that is the only thing that you have to pay attention to. None of the other stats, they'll all level up accordingly. You just have to pay attention to what level that you want to take it up to. Right. The next thing is weapon readjustment. Now, weapon readjustment is very simply the stats that you get on the bottom of each of your guns. So, on your guns, you'll see here the gold, the purple, and the 2 blue stats. They're the weapon adjustments that you can make. So, I don't think there's any that I haven't leveled up yet. I've got recently. I think I've done all of them at least once. Oh, there we go. We've got the afterglow. So let's do the afterglow. So when you first get a weapon and you haven't used this before, all of these stats are going to be silver or white, whatever you want to call them, grey, whatever you want to call it. Now you're going to need something called fine adjustment control axis, which is on the researching bench. And what you'll need is, there you can see it, you'll need liquid material, which you'll generally get throughout the game. You've probably got a lot of it already, no matter where you are in the game. So make sure you are crafting these. All you have to do is literally click on that. It will then roll these stats. And once you're happy with the stats, you would then just stop and etc. But if there's, say for example, let's see what we can do. Okay, so like this one here. The extra mags, I don't know if that's necessary on this gun, but say for example I like the rounds per mag, I can lock that stat and then re-roll the other 3. All I've got to do is literally just click it and it will re-roll the other 3 and it won't touch that. But do bear in mind, it does cost me an extra 1. So the more that you lock, so it's costing me, without it will cost me 1. With 1 locked, it's going to cost me 2, then 5, then 20. So you need to bear in mind, and this is why it's important to make sure that you're doing these, because you're going to need a lot of them for every gun that you're re-rolling, until you've got the stats that you want on them. All right. Now, the next part is enhancing your unique ability. Now, I don't know where you guys are in the game. However, if you can see on these weapons, they've got 4 slots, 4 little boxes on the far right hand side. Now if you haven't leveled up or enhanced the unique ability on them, they will be all blank. However, if you have got multiple copies, so say for example here, the Sigvor's proof, I've got 3 of these. I got 2 from the battle pass, which I didn't even pay for. That's literally just come like that. And then obviously 1 that I already got. So I've got 3 in total. So the way that you do this is you click on the one that you're looking to enhance, and then if you've got an additional one, you literally just click on that one and it will put it into that and it will level it up. What it's going to do is it's going to level up the unique ability on your weapon. So let's see if I can show you with regards to the gun. So if you go into access, say for example, where are we? Gotta remember how to do this now. Okay, there you go. So if you press F1, that's on obviously PC. When you hover over it, it'll tell you it's the bottom right hand option. So for me, it's F1. Press F1 for details, and then you see at the top here it says unique ability. If you come across to this, it's going to give you a brief description of what the actual gun's unique ability is. So on this one, for example, it's on hitting a poisoned enemy, and it increases the firearm attack and applies this buff to the attack. On defeating a poisoned enemy, the defeated enemy will trigger an explosion at a certain chance, inflicting additional damage to nearby enemies, inflicts poison on enemies damaged by this explosion. Now, when you enhance these by what we were just talking about, it will increase all of these chances and all of these stats. So the more of the same weapon. So if you have a gun that you absolutely love in the game, what a lot of people are now starting to do is, rather than farm for all of the other guns like I've done, so I've got all of the guns unlocked, what they're generally doing is they're farming 4 or 5 of what is it? I think it's 4 additional ones that you're going to need once you've got the original one. So you need 5 of them in total, and it will give it its biggest unique ability effect to get the best out of that gun. That's what a lot of people are doing. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm just more inclined to get all of the guns, so I know I've got everything there if I need it. A lot of them are going to be buffed as well, so I want to see all of them things be done in the new patch anyway. So that's more important to me, to get all of the weapons so I can bring out loadouts for every single one, rather than just getting the 4 copies of the one, because although it's going to make a difference depending on the ability that it's got, I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference, if that makes sense. It's more the mods that you put on it as opposed to the actual unique ability, apart from certain weapons for certain people. So yeah, that's that part. Now, the next part is, and the last part for this bit here, is the enhancement of your reactors. So again, I have explained this in a little shorts video. Once you find the reactor that you're looking for your characters, to increase its power to its max to its max power, all you've literally got to do is just click on it. Then you can either upgrade it once or you can upgrade it twice, depending on what materials you've got. Again, pay attention to the materials that you're going to need for all of these, because you do need a lot of them for all of the reactors that you're going to be getting, all of the guns that you're going to be getting, all of the characters that you're going to be getting. You need to be getting a lot of these materials, because I've gone through quite a lot of these materials, and I'll go through in a second what are the main ones that you need to be crafting at every stage in the game, really. And we're now going to go over that right now. So the research person is here.
Now what do you want? Go on.
So inside of here, the most important things that you should be crafting, I've already said again, this in a shorts video. Your crystallization catalyst is one, and the other one, which I'm now about to be doing in a second, I just need to go and loot for all of these materials in a second. These are the two most important ones. After these two, it then becomes the precision phase exchanger, your fine adjustment control axis, and your precision ion accelerators. They are the most important things that you need, unless you are running purple weapons. If you're running purple weapons, then you're going to be wanting the equivalent, the blue equivalent of these purple ones to do the exact same thing. All right. Now, in terms of, for example, the crystallization catalyst, what a crystallization catalyst does, it puts, so let's give you one. So let's take this off, for example. So you can see here that this has got no symbol on it, which means I haven't put a crystallization catalyst on it. When you put a crystallization catalyst on it, you can have the choice of what socket you want to put on it. So you can put a whatever that is, almandine, malachite, should I say, a xantic, and a rutile. You can put any of them ones on it. Now, bear in mind, every single module at the top here has its own symbol. So if you want to half the amount of capacity that is taken up, so this mod would actually be 16 capacity that it would be taken up on my module capacity space. But because I've put a crystallization catalyst into it, it's taking it down to half of it, which is 8. So as you can see here, this is what it does. It puts it in here. So for example here, if I wanted to put this chill in, it wouldn't cost 12 like it's telling me. I can't put it on there. Let me just take that out for a second. It would only cost me 6. So the more that you get from there, the more crystallizations that you have in there, obviously the more capacity that you can get. When people are putting generally out a full build, they'll generally put it out with all of these having their own unique slots. Do bear in mind that I would settle yourself on a build before making sure that you've got no spaces in here. The reason being is if, say for example, I put a symbol in here, but I wanted to change it, I wanted to change this build later on, it has to be changed to something with that exact same symbol. If it isn't, so if you see here, look, if I put this on, this one here has got a like a star symbol, if I put that in here, it's going to increase the capacity because it's in the wrong slot. So do bear that in mind when you're putting these crystallization catalysts, and make sure that is exactly what you want. Now generally, if you paid attention to a lot of the videos that are coming out from your content creators, you'll see that the same probably 6 to 8 mods are generally the same on most gun builds. So do pay attention to what they are and do them ones first, as opposed to the ones that are additional and that may be able to be tweaked by certain people, certain characters, etc. That's really important, because if not, you mess the gun up and you won't be able to build it in the exact way that you want, which means you then have to create another one or go and farm for another one and then build that all up again, and it's a lot of grinding to be able to go through all of that again. So do pay attention to that and get yourself settled on a build before making that decision on what bits you want to be putting in where. All right, now the next one is the where was it? The enhancement one was the energy activator. Now, an energy activator is something that you'll be putting into both your weapons and your characters. So the way that you do it is you go into the gun, you go into module additional settings, and you press on max capacity. This one's obviously at max capacity. I think I put one in this yesterday, didn't I? Yeah. So say for example this one, I do have one available. It will take it. It's generally 40, which is your max, up to 80. The reason that this is 49 up to 79 is because I've got additional things into my character. So do pay close attention to that. Also, you have to bear in mind that certain things like shock punch and stuff and your skill modules, when you level them up, it actually gives you. So let me see if I can just go on to a test one here. Just go on to this test one. So if I was to, so at the moment you can see it's 61 out of 79, and this would cost, usually it would cost 17, you can see here, but because I've leveled it up, it's only going to cost me 10. So if you see here, the usual cost for it would be 17, but if you level that one up, when you level up a skill module or a shock a skill module, or the orange ones here, these two will give you additional space. So it will cost less for this one, and it will cost less for this one as well. So just bear that in mind when. So this will start off at 0. The orange ones start off at 0. I don't know if I've got any. If I've got any. Yeah, here you go. So as you can see here, they start off at 0. So instead of taking, let me take this out. So it's on 61 at the moment. It stays on 61. You see that? But it's got full 10 that it's given me extra in terms of capacity. So make sure you're prioritizing one. I don't really think that it matters that much in terms of which one you want to go for. In all fairness, I don't generally use it a lot in terms of the sub modules, but it's good to give you extra capacity for your weapons and your characters, to give you extra capacity to put other things in. So please pay attention to that as well. Right. Now, the last bit that I wanted to go over is this guy in here, which is Cillian. Now, this is where you're going to upgrade all of your modules. So, for example, I don't know if I've got any to level up. I suppose we could level this one up here. So all you just come in to do, you just come in. Now, as you can see, when you level up gold mods, it doesn't always cost you in terms of capacity. So it will take me up to 73 now. If I take that up to level 2, you see there, I get 1 extra. So it doesn't actually take it up. So level 2, it doesn't cost me. Level 3, it does. Level 4, it doesn't. Level 5, it does. Level 6, it doesn't. Level 7, it does. So every other one on a gold mod, it costs you a point. So I'm getting 2 points into that module power for only 1 actual capacity for the actual module itself, which is very important, because some of these are very OP on your characters. So make sure you're paying attention to that. Now,
hey there, what can I help you with?
Next thing is, if you are struggling for Kuiper or Kuiper shards, however you want to say it, which is this currency up here. If you're struggling for that, which is the thing that costs you to upgrade these things here, you're going to come across the fact that you've got a load of different mods that you probably don't even need at any point now, and they're all probably, a lot of them are duplicates, especially the blue ones as well. You're going to come across that a lot are not even used in the game itself. If I go here, for example, you see here, every single one, it's given me 300 Cupid shards. Now, it might not seem a lot, but it adds up a lot when you get, after every single run that you've done in the open world, it can mount up to a lot, and it can save you a lot of farming by doing this. A lot of farming. So make sure that you're doing that. What it will also do is give you more space down here. I know you've got 1500, but I've got 942 here. Now, if you think about it, 942, and you're getting 300 per blue one. I think it's like 500 per purple one, and you can break down the other ones as well, and it'll give you even more. So make sure that you're doing that for ones that you're not using or you're never going to use, because that'll save you a lot of time in terms of your farming. Combining mods. Now, this is very random, and it's a lot of people use it just to get rid of stuff. I used to just use it to get rid of stuff, but you do get the opportunity to be able to get a higher rated mod that you actually can't get in the game. So doing blue ones, it's probably just going to give you a blue one. Actually give me the exact same one. However, if you're crafting the higher ones, it'll give you potentially a chance of getting one that you haven't already got. So sometimes with your ultimates or your transcendent ones, if you are looking to get something that is you're really struggling to farm for yourself, you can actually combine 4 of the ones that you're not using, and as long as it's of the same variety, it will give you the chance and a possibility of actually getting that as well. So that is probably about all I wanted to cover, I think. So yeah, hopefully all of that helped you. Like I said, if I did miss anything, apologies. I was trying to cover off as much as possible, but that's probably everything that you really need to know, especially in terms of Albion anyway. Gives you a breakdown and understanding of everything and every mechanic that you need to know in the game. Hopefully that helped you. If it did, like I said, smash that like button. It goes a long way to help me increase the channel. It is a brand new channel that I've started, so it will help me out a lot. If you're looking for more videos in the future, then please hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell on to all, and I will hopefully see you on the next one. Peace.